boys and girls, I'm back again, and this week I have a new book for us. I was in to shelf books at Central and I found this. I thought you would enjoy reading it. It's called Ivan, the Remarkable True Story of the Shopping Mall Gorilla, and it's by Katherine Applegate, illustrated by Brian Carus. I also thought I'd try reading outside today. So nice out. Okay, let's see what this is about. A shopping mall gorilla. The baby was born in a tropical forest in Central Africa. He was part of a large family of western lowland gorillas. The troop included babies, juveniles, females, and male leader, the silverback. The more the baby gorilla grew, the more he played, the more he played, the more he learned. He rode on his mother's back. He listened to the hoots and grunts and chest beats of his father. He watched the older gorillas, clever and quick, as they wrestled and chased and swung from vines. He did not learn about humans until it was too late. Poachers with loud guns and cruel hands stole the little gorilla and another baby. Poachers are people who take animals from the wild illegally. After thousands of miles and endless days in a black damp crate, at last came light and fresh air. The jungle green with life was gone. The gorilla had traveled halfway around the world to Tacoma, Washington. A man who owned a shopping mall had ordered and paid for them like a couple of pizzas, like a pair of shoes. How sad. This man paid for gorillas, and so they stole them out of the jungle. That's terrible. People cooed and laughed and held the babies. They dressed them in human clothes and fed them human food. The shopping mall owner ran a Name the Babies contest. The winning names were Burma and Ivan. So he did all this just for money, like people could pay to feed them and dress them and things like that. One dark day, soon after the baby arrives in their strange new world, Burma died. Without her, Ivan was all alone and with too much left to learn. Oh, that's sad. While he was little, Ivan was cute and cuddly. For 3 years, he lived in a home like a human child. He slept in a bed and went to baseball games. He held babies and rode on a motorcycle. He had to learn many things gorillas in the wild don't ever need to know. The one thing Ivan didn't need to learn was how to eat. The more he ate, the more he grew. The more he grew, the less he could live a human life in a human house. So some people, they buy monkeys and they treat them like little babies and they live in their house until they grow up, and they can't do that anymore. But then the animals are ruined for real life, living in the wild. A cage in the mall became Ivan's new home. There wasn't much to do. Sometimes Ivan watched TV, sometimes he played with an old tire, sometimes he finger painted, signing the papers with his thumbprint. Mostly he watched the humans watching him. Very sad. Ivan was about 13 when his coat began to shimmer with silvery white hairs. He'd grown into a silverback gorilla. In the jungle, he would have been ready to protect his family, but he had no family to protect. Now he's a huge silverback gorilla. Year after year passed. People began to grow angry about Ivan's lonely life, and children and adults wrote letters and signed petitions and held protests. They didn't think it was right for Ivan to live in a shopping mall, and they wanted him to be free. So they wrote letters saying, "Free Ivan." Ivan lived in his cage without the company of other gorillas for 27 years. before he was sent on another journey. This time the hands were gentle. Zoo Atlanta wasn't a jungle. It was a place with walls. Still the breeze carried jungle sounds and scents, and scientists who understood the needs of gorillas helped Ivan adjust slowly, carefully, and gently to his new life. So people helped free him, and this time now he could at least live in a zoo instead of a shopping mall. Finally, it was time, and Ivan was ready. Cameras clicked and reporters watched. He was going to go outside for the first time in 27 years. When Ivan stepped out onto the cool green grass, the sunlight gleaming on his silver hair, people cheered and laughed and wept with joy. Ivan, the shopping mall gorilla, was in a place with trees and grass and other gorillas at last. In leafy calm and gentle arms, a gorilla's life began again. And there's a picture of Ivan. This is actually a true story. There's pictures of Ivan and the other gorilla that he was in the shopping mall with. And there's a picture of him. So that's sad when people do that and they buy animals. They don't realize, they think it's fun to have them, wild animals, as pets, but it's not. They're meant to be out in nature. And if you want to read more about Ivan, there's actually a chapter book about Ivan that gives you more details about it. But these wild, majestic animals, silverback gorillas, are meant to be out in the wild, not to be entertainment for us. So this really teaches a nice lesson to us, that we shouldn't be buying these animals, monkeys and tigers, to be our own entertainment in our house. I don't know if any of you have seen Tiger King. That's been on Netflix, but that's another lesson that we're learning, that we shouldn't be having these animals as pets for our own entertainment. I hope you enjoyed that story and learned something from it. Sad but true story. And people do that with elephants too, I know. Okay, boys and girls, I hope you're winding up the school year. We have 2 more weeks. Keep working hard, keep reading, and I'll see you again next week with another animal story. Bye-bye.